guys, how are you?
Hi, everybody. I'm back again. Got another good video planned for you today. At least I think it's good. Today, we're going to talk about R. Kelly marrying his victim. There's no other way to say it. From behind bars. This is really twisted, okay, people? It is what it is. Then we're going to talk about Marlo Hampton and her horrific past and her relationship with her mother. They're going to be talking about it on the upcoming episodes. It's just really, really bad. Okay, and then we're going to talk about Sherri Shepherd set to replace Wendy Williams' social media. People are in an uproar. I don't know. I'm not Detmar Mercury. I cannot tell them what to do. They're going to do what they want to do. So let's bring up the panel. Hey, Diva.
Hey.
Hey, Perry, don't.
What?
Perry, I know what you're
Look,
ready
look,
to do.
look.
Perry,
I just want
don't.
to say this. I just want to try my new saying. Welcome to Vegas. Hot damn.
Here, I can't. I can't. What are we
It's
gonna do?
110 degrees, Diva.
It's 110 degrees.
Oh
damn
my
hot.
God.
Oh, look at this. Before we even got started, look. Someone says unfollowing Wendy's IG. People are going to be in an uproar.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think you know it
Hold
wasn't
on, let me
there
get the story
right?
out. Hold on, let me get the story out.
Okay.
I wanted to say this really quick. I live in Vegas. It's 110 degrees today. I don't know what it is about this.
What you got, vodka?
No, Perry.
Sharrell.
Oh my God, Diva! Doesn't it make you stay hydrated longer?
It does.
Oh my
It
God!
does. It does.
I thought I was out of my mind, Diva. That I'm not sponsored by these people. I'm not sponsored, but this you guys got to try this water out.
Welcome to
called?
Nerdville.
Essentia?
Welcome to Nerdville.
Nerdville. Okay. You're gonna be the one passing out, not me. Anyway, why I hydrate?
Okay, now that's too much.
No.
That is just too much. You know, after
It's
that,
really good. I don't know what it is. It's called alkaline water. Alkaline water really keeps me hydrated.
you got to check on sponsoring them then if you're going to be drinking it like that.
Maybe.
You know.
It's crazy. Also, who's in charge of Perry today? Me or you? I can't.
We got to get somebody to come up, Sharrell.
I know. Okay, because we're done with it. Oh, look. Someone said it's the best. I missed the chat.
Now,
But anyway, they said it was really
water
good
from
water.
the damn
It's
30
really good
minutes,
water.
I hope.
Anyway, if you haven't already signed up for Perry's hotline, don't forget to do that. That's 1-702-553-3288. And we all say it's good. That's enough, Perry. We got
It's
it.
probably water with Alka-Seltzer in it. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
This is water with Alka-Seltzer?
Yeah. Taste it. I
Don't
love
say
it.
that, Perry. Don't say that.
We love
do not
it.
need a
We
lawsuit.
love it.
Anyway, so let's get into these stories because we've got some really good stories today for you.
Mhm.
Almost, I don't know what to call it. We'll start with Sherri Shepherd first because people are really outraged about it. I feel like I can't talk about this another day. Perry said, when you follow a story, you follow the story, Sharrell. You just don't stop. Perry, you don't stop in the middle of the story, so we got to talk about it. What? Oh, and I've missed some super chats. Hold on. Thank you, Melody. Oh, you know what? I think I got some DMs from you the other day. Thank you so much for sharing stories with me.
Every day, on time.
Yeah, is it every day? I just remember that name. Thank you, Melody, for all that you do for the super chat.
We can stay in the beach property in Australia if you ever go.
What?
She said we can live in a condo on the beach for free if we
Are
ever
you
go to
joking?
Australia. Yeah. No, I'm not joking. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Melody, for all that you do. It's much appreciated. Now let's get on to this Wendy Williams story. So what they're going to do is they're going to use the same YouTube channel, the same Instagram channel that used to be named The Wendy Williams Show. They're going to redecorate it. That's all they're doing. Come on, redecorate it. But they're going to use the same subscribers and the same followers, and they're going to put Sherri Shepherd's name on this.
Instead of the chair being purple, it's going to be blue.
You need to stop, Perry. You need to stop because people are really upset about this. I just put someone's comment on the up on the screen, and they were like, I'm unfollowing.
I'm
What
not
they
having that
should have
shit.
did,
Right.
Detmar, I mean, come on, I am not trying to be your associate producer. Sherry's stealing fans too.
Yeah.
What? I don't get it. Why wasn't this put on Sherry's account?
She didn't
Or
steal the last name too, right? It's not Sherri Williams, is it?
Perry.
Oh,
We
just
still got to give Sherry a chance. But I'm saying they're setting Sherry up for failure. They're trying
exactly.
to, yeah, this is crazy. I wonder what people like Sebastian are going to say. They're going to
But
lose
you know what
their
Sebastian's so passionate,
mind.
but I'm telling you, Sharrell, I told you guys, and it might be a year from now or a couple months, whatever. They setting well, no, it'll be a year from now because they setting her up because now it's a black woman going against a black woman. But
It's
they gonna
ridiculous.
replace. It's easier to replace somebody else and saying, well, now the Wendy storm is over. Sherri gonna carry the grief, right? Then they gonna replace Sherri. They gonna replace Sherri next year.
What is
Now,
he talking about, Diva?
okay, I'm saying this right. Like, look, they might give her that 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock show in the morning or something later, but they're gonna shift her time, find some way to take it off, and then replace somebody else in the Wendy's hours.
Oh,
But they
yeah,
using her
maybe.
for a deflection.
It's really bad. They're really rolling this out bad. And Sherri Shepherd, I went to her social media. She has 1 million subscribers. They could have just started it on her own account with her own fans, or they could have started a brand new account. These are Wendy's fans, and people are going to go crazy. Okay,
But do her fans like her?
Perry.
Perry, stop.
I'm
Perry.
sorry. No, I didn't know. No. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, like, typically, if you got those fans, you say, well, let's start this. Those fans will come over. But some of them could have just came over to be messy, like 800,000 of them.
Perry. I'm still not down for bashing. Y'all are meat. Look, Selena. Deuces. Bye, Sherri. No, come on, y'all. Let's really try to support Sherri and Wendy.
No. I really, truly want to support Sherri, but I'm saying it's not the right time slot because you know what? You can't come up and place Elvis with some slow Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just hard, or Michael Jackson, or whatever, right? I mean, you get to bring your ass, right? Change the time at least, so it don't make it seem like
change the time. Yeah, you're saying do things opposite, so we know we're watching Sherri and not Wendy.
Sherri,
and you start by addressing
absolutely.
your own fans. Turn your private Instagram into the Sherri Shepherd Show, and then start a new. I mean, turn your private Instagram, promote yourself on your private Instagram, and then start a new one ran by Detmar Mercury, since they own people's social media.
Because that's what I think people take us the wrong way. I'm not bashing Sherri, but I'm saying it's how the setup is going down.
Yeah.
Do not try to replace the legend. Like, who would want to do that? Who want to get them replace LeBron James? You setting your shit up for failure.
Yeah.
Right? Period. And then after that, they'll get a new player. He don't have that pressure. That's what's going to happen next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Just
So we'll talk about it in the chat.
Yeah. They messed up.
They did. Welcome, Joey. Welcome.
They messed up. I won't let them out.
Oh, I won't be watching Sherri. Don't watch when she was hosting Wendy. See, this is gonna. This is just unnecessary. Detmar Mercury. This is unnecessary.
Right.
But anyway, well, let's move on. I want to move on to this R. Kelly story because it's really
freak hour. Everybody, should I change my background?
Change your background to what?
We're going to the freak zone. We're going to the freak zone right about now.
Oh my gosh. So what happens is I open up so many tabs, I lose the one I'm talking about. Let me find it. We're going to talk about R. Kelly getting engaged while he's in jail to Jocelyn Savage. Joycelyn, I said it wrong. Joycelyn Savage. Joycelyn is one of the girls that was in his sex cult. I don't know what else you call it. You know what I mean?
He was in room 23.
It's not really funny because when he met these women, they were very, very young.
I get it.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. But it would be like that if he didn't meet them so young. So let me put this on the screen. Hold on, guys. You know, I like visuals while I'm talking. I don't know why. That's just my thing. So they are allegedly engaged. She knows he's just got convicted of 30 years and still facing another trial, another upcoming trial. I can't remember when the upcoming trial is. This is the woman that was with Azrael Clary. I don't know if you guys remember the women by name. No. She wasn't even his favorite. Azrael was his favorite. I'm going to show you a clip from Azrael. I hope I said that correctly. She was second best, but she's the one that just sticks around no matter what. He met her at a very young age, and I think she has Stockholm syndrome. I think she has fallen in love with her abuse. I can't say that word. Her person that's taking advantage of her. Thank you, B More. Happy 7-Eleven day. Yeah, Perry, don't. Oh. This is so sad and so sickening to me. But my heart goes out to her family. I'm going to show you a video from the past. This was in 2020, I believe, when she did a Gayle King interview, her and Azrael. Now, Azrael was his favorite, allegedly. She also was the one that got away and said no more. Joycelyn is the only one left. Her parents try to reach out to her. It's not like she doesn't have family to go home to. She chooses to stay there. It makes hell no. Okay. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. I feel like she's brainwashed. Let me show you this clip to refresh your memory. So this is going to be a clip of her with Azrael when it was just them two left, saying outlandish things, basically blaming their parents, saying that their parents introduced them to R. Kelly and defending him, saying there's nothing wrong with him, denying the sex cult, and then the parents trying to find her. So let's take a look at this clip, and then I'll get into even as if it can get worse. It does. So here, let's go back and watch this really quickly.
Believe Kelly brainwashed them. But in an interview you'll see only on CBS this morning, the two women claim their parents have ulterior motives.
When I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take sexual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do sexual videos with R. Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
Joycelyn, I see you nodding a lot with what she's saying.
Because everything that she's saying is true. Our parents are basically out here just to get money.
Meanwhile, the parents of Joycelyn Savage got an unexpected phone call yesterday from their daughter.
Hey, Joycelyn, this is Mommy.
Joycelyn Savage called her family for the first time in years to let them know she's okay.
I'm just letting you know I need you guys to understand that I'm very happy.
How will we know you're happy when we don't hear from you in 2 years?
Well, I have to go now.
I love you, Joycelyn.
Less than an hour before Savage called her family, they held a news conference urging their daughter to contact them. Timothy Savage is Joycelyn's father.
But as a parent, our thing is to make sure that she's healthy, safe, and sound, and make sure she's fine.
Kelly said he met Joycelyn after her father brought her to one of the singer's concerts when she was 19.
I didn't go looking for a Joycelyn Savage. I was doing my show. He brought her and asked a friend of mine to put her on the stage with R. Kelly.
That is absolutely not true.
Gerald Griggs is the Savage family attorney.
At no point has Mr. Kelly ever met Timothy Savage.
I feel that they're she's brainwashed. And it's really weird because you know this, Diva and Perry. I'm going through something similar in my personal life. When a person thinks they're in love,
yeah,
I don't think it's nothing anybody could do.
Not a damn thing.
Well, okay, so there were two women during that interview. Azrael woke up And I want to play this clip really quickly because it's important to see how Jocelyn was still brainwashed. So when Azriel went back to get her stuff, Jocelyn, I'm sorry, actually fist fought her. Do you guys remember this?
I think I remember that.
Disrespectful! You're so evil! I'm not evil, baby. I need to protect myself. I need to protect myself. Shit! Joy, you were sleeping with me! It's the fight! You were sleeping with me!
Okay. Stop. Okay. Ladies. Call the police. We got a situation up here.
Come on, let go. Yeah, because you went to jail. You were sleeping with me as a minor. Lying bitch. You with me as a minor. You're sleeping with me as a minor.
How hard she was going?
Yep.
It's sad. And now he proposed to her. She accepted the proposal. Allegedly, he still pays the bills. Now, he's supposed to be flat broke, but I don't believe you. I think he hid money to not be able to pay child support to his real children with Drea. And my heart goes out to Joycelyn's family. What can they do? So now she's 26 years old. So technically, there's nothing you can do. But R. Kelly is a sick man that has been messing with her since she was a teenager.
Thanks, Bonji.
I think if one by one, everyone is saying, get away from him, she would catch on. But she's not.
Right.
I think they have lost their daughter forever. Do I think R. Kelly's sick enough to marry her and selfish enough in prison? I do.
I mean, this is interesting.
Bonji says the parents are responsible. The documentary proved it. They are brainwashed as well. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
the only reason I don't think that. Go ahead, Perry.
No, you go ahead.
I'm in a similar situation. When my children feel like they're in love, they're in love. And there's no saying, well, this might not be good or this might be bad further down the line. You can't talk to them.
Right.
And it's the same as Patty Hearst. That's why they invented the term Stockholm Syndrome. She fell in love with her kidnapper.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, that's
and it also
different.
Reminds me of the people that are in cults. You can't tell them any different. And I think all you have to do is step back and hopefully they come
down with you there, right? I mean, like this is a real serious conversation here, but I would say this, and this is what I thought years back before I even got all this information. But I think it could be a criminal on both sides, or somebody in violation, right? They could say, "Oh, the daughter just did this," but the parents could be in violation too.
What do you mean by that?
Because really, to be honest with you, when that girl sat there with Gayle King or whoever she was interviewing with and said, "Oh, my parents told me to go ahead and just strip down and bend it over because we can use it for them," I think you can get brainwashed to a certain degree, but not brainwashed just to make up a damn lie like that if it wasn't true.
No, Perry, you should know better than that. People will lie and say whatever they have to say to get their way. You're a victim of that.
No. I'm saying no. I understand that, right? But what I'm just saying is just that on the outside, people, look at the Kardashians, right? Do you feel like that the parent don't put her kids out there to make this money?
Yes.
Right. Not every circumstance is going to be the same. If you didn't put nobody out there to make the money, but you got some people out there that put their kids out to make the money. Go with him. Go and talk to him. Go and do this. I mean,
you feel that this parent's fault? Let me read these super chat, Diva, and then you tell me what you think. Those girls didn't seem confused. That person seems to agree with you, Perry. Hey, Joey, always working so hard. So welcome, Joey. He's our new mod. We love him to death. How do you keep all of these comments calm and straight? Have a great night, guys. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Joey. That was a shout out to you. Diva, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's a mixture of things, right? And I'll say thing number one is there was a true story where the girl was actually kidnapped at birth, right? From the hospital.
I remember
You
this.
remember that story?
Yep.
And so then later on, when I think she was almost ready to graduate high school, or she graduated high school and she needed her birth certificate to get a job. And that's when she found out pretty much that she was stolen, that someone else was her parents. And even though she knew the mom she lived with, the person that stole her, was dead wrong, she still was so in love with this woman, and she actually hated her biological family and didn't really want to get to know them because they sent the mom that she knew to jail. She was in love with the person that kidnapped her, pretty much. So I think that you can stay in a thing so long that your mind gets distorted. And Azriel, if I'm saying her name right, but that one, she was fortunate enough to wake up and kind of get out of it. Where the other one, she always wanted to be number one with R. Kelly. Okay. She always wanted to be number one. She was, you could tell by that fight, she was pissed at the other one because she was kind of turning against R. Kelly in his time of need. So now that he's locked up forever, she still can't come to her common sense. She's thinking in her head, now I'm finally number one because he's about to marry me. So that's why she's sitting there and like she's like, she feel like this is a win for her. She has been brainwashed. It's very sad. And do I think in some way, shape, or form, and Sharrell, you can't compare your situation with this. Do I think in one way, shape, or form that the parents had something to do with it? Absolutely. Because I think a lot of people get starstruck, right? So they will let their child go anywhere with a star, but if it was a perfect stranger, they would not do the same thing. A lot of people did this with Michael Jackson. A lot of people, even I want to say, what is his name? Usher. He was with P. Diddy and them at a very young age and was exposed to a lot of stuff because he went with them in the name of he's going to be a superstar.
I'm sure when them parents met R. Kelly, he did not say, "Let me abuse your daughter."
No, they never do, Sharrell, though, right?
So what I'm saying is he probably put false pretenses out there for the parents too.
Okay, I get that, Sherrell, but let me what's that word you always say? Let me fire it back or whatever.
Push back.
But the parents who took their kid there could have had their motives also.
This is no way in every parent wants the best for their children. There's a few exceptions, but most of them. I said there's a few stuff, but there's no way in hell that if you would have told me that they knew that their daughter would be captured, put into a sex trafficking ring, forced to have sex with these other women and him and be peed on and all that they would have signed up for that.
No, I get that part. But the part they could have came in is thinking, oh, no, she wasn't going to be in this cabin with 15 rooms and a bucket, okay? But maybe she can get in and make this money and get famous, and we can be rich.
You mean to tell Perry, hey, so Deb.
Okay.
I just don't agree with that.
Well, no, I mean, no, you don't have to agree, but you get to look at the balance of it, right? Because it's real easy to point at his evil side and just excuse
no
the
parent would any ounce of sense would send their child to go be R. Kelly's victim.
Okay,
but Sharrell, look at what So Debonair reminds you of, right? Remember the whole video where they could have stopped this thing way back then, but he got off on that trial. He went to trial for that particular tape and case, right? And the own parents denied that was their child in the video in the name of $1, okay? Because they got paid off. They was looked at that video in a courtroom and said, that is not our daughter. That is not my child.
Joycelyn's parents are actively trying to get her away from R. Kelly. They called her. They went out to the public. They tried to find her. Didn't you see Survivor and R. Kelly? They're looking for their daughter.
The aftermath, Sharrell, right? Because so initially, I think they didn't. I'm sure they didn't know he was that deviant, right? So they're thinking you gonna go, you may get a little career, you may make a little money. Did they know he was gonna snatch her mind and go or do all that? No.
Right.
Do I believe him when he sat there and said he didn't go out there looking for her? He didn't go out there looking for most of them. There's some other people that need to be sitting in the jail with him because a lot of people
you think the parents should be held accountable for this?
I think not every one of them, but I think some of them brought their child to R. Kelly. Okay.
Right.
Not to say so that can happen, but to get a career. Are you leaving your 16-year-old, 15-year-old, 13-year-old in a studio with anybody by themselves? I wouldn't.
And see,
I don't
Sharrell,
know.
what I'm saying too, right? I'm not saying, you saying, well, it's no parent that would do it for an ounce of sense. Not every parent got an ounce of sense. Okay. So let's just keep it real. I'm just trying to be fair here, right? Like, and I'm not saying that, like, the one who went out there fighting for their daughter release and all this. Maybe that could be true, but we don't know, right? And I'm not saying it's them or any one of them, but at some point, after all those women, I do truly believe some people surrendered their daughter for financial relief.
Let's talk about it when I drop the link. You got people agreeing with you, though, in the chat. Latoya says, the loophole here is, while those two girls were teenagers, they were of legal age of consent, the legal age of consent. The parents acted as pimps and cared after the fact. Next one says, I don't think any other parties are innocent here. It's sickening. I mean, Kris Jenner pimps out her daughters. Love you guys. Thank you.
Each and every damn day.
Hold on. Let me drop this link for Deb. I'm going to drop this link for Deb. And then I got one more story we're going to talk about. Okay. We're going to talk about Marlo Hampton. So Marlo Hampton, who people they drag, they call her a troublemaker and all this stuff. And let me put this at the top. Hold on. I lost it. The chat is going too fast. Let me try it again. I literally lost it. The chat is going so fast. Try it one more time. There. So on the upcoming episodes, Marlo Hampton's mother's going to come on the show. Now, she already on this week talked about how she got frustrated being a mom and sent the children off to go, her nephews, to go live with someone else. And I want to tell you guys what I feel like they're glossing over it, the show. Marlo was severely abused and dealt with a drug-addicted mother. I know this because I did an in-depth video on Marlo. And so I want to play this for you guys, this little clip from my own video that I did back in the day of Marlo. And I want to see if this changes people's opinion of her. Let me go ahead and play this. Because people say the worst things about Marlo, and we all know she's done some horrific things, but sometimes when you're born into a bad situation, you don't know any better. And like yesterday when everyone found out that she gave the kids to her sister, they were judging her. But sometimes you might not know how to be a parent. This is just a 3-minute clip. So let's listen to this really quickly.
All right.
Florida with her stepfather gone, Marlo just assumed that things were going to get better, but they didn't. In fact, they got worse. Her mother got back on drugs, and this time she became violent and abusive towards Marlo. One of the worst and final beatings happened to Marlo when she was 9 years old. Her mother was cooking a pot of greens, and before she left the room, she told Marlo, "Do not go in my pot of greens." But Marlo didn't listen. She went into the pot of greens anyway. Marlo would go on to say that when her mother returned and seen that she spilled some of the collard greens on the floor, she began to severely beat her. Her exact words were, "This lady beat me so bad, it was crazy. She put me on the ground, put her foot on my neck, beating me with an extension cord for going in a pot of food." After the beating, she told Marlo to go in the back and give her little brother a bath. But instead of bathing her little brother, she told him I'm going to leave you, but I'll come back. Later, she would go on to say, I should have taken him with me. He would have had a better chance, but I didn't. I was 9 years old. I didn't know.
Marlo's been on her own since 9 years old. 9. She went to different foster homes. Oh, you got a problem. She was in and out of different foster homes. We know she has a record. She sliced someone's face. I wonder, does this change your opinion of Marlo, Diva?
No, in the sense that I get it, right? A lot of people have a lot of trauma in their life. They go through stuff. There's a ton of people out there that went through some horrific childhoods, and they're not acting as such. There's so much help out there that you can get therapy for. She's at the stage in her life where she knows she's been through this. She knows she has some triggers. So you can even do therapy online now. You don't physically have to go to anyone's office. So you can turn on your phone, do a Zoom meeting, and speak to a therapist. So there's no need at this stage in the game for you to be running around acting a fool. You done bought yourself a $20 million home, and I'm exaggerating. Spend some of that money to better yourself.
Well, listen, you know her mother's coming on the upcoming episodes. I wanted you guys to know exactly what she means about she had to deal with a lot from her mother. Go ahead, Perry. You're going to say something.
No, I'm saying no. I mean, I truly get what you're saying, and that can damage a kid's life, right? But the whole thing is, you get to examine the damage, right? And I feel like Marlo have trust issues, right?
Wouldn't
Just
you?
from her upbringing, right? No, probably so, right? But what I'm saying is, if you know you got these, then you can't take on a responsibility that you can't fulfill. So if you know you got trust issues, know yourself, right? And, and we all make mistakes. I ain't just pointing down on her, but I'm just saying I'm seeing a pattern with Marlo backstabbing Nene.
Oh my God, you guys!
Okay? Like no. I mean, don't forget where you came from. So now you want to remember the bad times and highlight it to overshadow your wrongs,
not
right?
to overshadow, just to know a person's reasoning. Do you understand what I'm saying, Deb?
Hey, what you're saying, I think that the shocker for a lot of people was she told the kids to get the F out.
Echoing, or turn it down just a little.
I am. Hold on.
Yeah. Because, I mean, my goodness, am I just being a soft wimp again? I think Marlo overcame a lot.
I mean, this is what I think. I think that you being
that's better.
Like, I like your passion about it because it's true. People have issues, and we got to recognize that. But we can't use that for a crutch neither.
Right.
Because
so Deb, please tell me what you think, because they about to chew me up. They about to chew me up.
How old is Marlo right now?
No, I think.
Go ahead.
I think the issue was that she told the kids to get the F out the house. And I also think that with her going through the stuff that she's gone through, then she knows the trauma that's going to put on those boys as well. So she has to, those should have been thoughts in Marlo's head when she took on the responsibility of bringing those kids.
Who's going to put that in her head if she doesn't know how to be a parent?
I mean, she's almost, is she in like her 50s now? Like, I mean, she's had time to go to counseling and get help. She's in reality, I mean, that's what it is. And even if at that point when she got the kids, she had not went and got that help, she should have started that very day, because that trauma, these are little boys, these are little black boys. This psychologically, this is not good. And this also makes it also puts them in a space where nobody wants them.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, even your own.
It's a vicious cycle, though, Diva. It's a vicious cycle. It happened to Marlo, and now she's handing it down. Because if you don't know better,
well, she knows a little better, right? Because she asked the boys, "Do you think y'all want to go to therapy?"
Yeah.
So if you could ask the boys if you think they want to go to therapy, don't you maybe need therapy yourself also? Yeah. And like so Debonair said, you said get the F out. You understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then you send them over to other aunties. So now they're getting passed around. And even if they didn't have this issue, I'm going to tell you the truth here. This is facts. Teenagers, period, issues or not, they go through some stuff. Yeah, okay? Right. So even teenagers that don't have no issues, sometimes you be like, I'm going to shake you. Right? So imagine, if the regular teenager is going to go through something, you got to expect that they're going to go through an extra little more because of everything that's going on in their life. And once you said yes, you was going to take care of them, what do you think? It was going to be all roses and gravy? No, you signed up for a lot because at the end of the day, they're dealing with the fact that their mother is going through something.
But you have to admit, everybody on this panel, not all parents or in the parenting position, people don't know how to parent. And sometimes you just don't know what to do.
No, Sharrell, that's true with every parent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you did 99% of the shit right. You did 1% wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I get what you're saying and all this, but I think this, like, if she grew up in this, when you feel a certain pain and no trust and all this, and when she took on this responsibility, she should have thought about it. But I think this is just my personal opinion. I think she could have did it if she had more time, like when she was just a friend of the show. But I think now when a person when they get the peach, because that's all I had to hear about for the last 6 or 7 months.
I also understand. Where's the compassion? We have no compassion for Joycelyn's
Sharrell,
parents.
You cannot have. Do you got compassion for Jeffrey Dahmer?
Okay, I can't. What does that parent really?
Sherrell, you know what? I can't side with you a little bit though, because Marlo has been doing something that does kind of scream that she does need help, and that was that conversation that she had with Candy when she kept saying, I've never been through this, and she knows that she needs the help, and maybe she doesn't realize that there's other help besides the people that's on that cast. But she has admitted that she does want help and advice, and she needs the girls around to kind of give her advice when it comes to her raising those boys.
Before I start taking go ahead. Eva, go ahead.
What she should have done Sharrell, then she should have called somebody when she got frustrated before she kicked them out. She should have went in her room, closed the door, made a phone call, and been like, look, this is what's going on right now with these boys. I'm ready to put them out. And then she should have got advice then. But you don't put them out because, listen, if they were your biological kids, would you have been able to call somebody up and say, take these kids for 30 days? Would you have put them out like that?
Right.
Let me answer this. Melody, this is not a storyline. I followed Marlo around for about a year and a half before I got so I could do her biography. And all of this is not for a storyline. She's truly messed up. Her mom who's coming on the show, truly was an addict, truly beat her. She truly was raised in, I don't know how many foster homes. She's just, everything is true.
Been through it.
She's been through it.
Yeah.
Before I start, go ahead.
Okay, let me say this though, right? And this is the whole thing too for me. You know how a person can grow up in a bad environment, right? They can even adapt the bad environment or embrace the new environment, right? I think personally that, money's not everything. You can sleep with whatever Ted Turner, whoever the hell, and get money. It don't bring happiness, right? No. I'm just saying it don't really truly bring happiness as you think. So you might try other projects. Let me bring in my boys. It was fulfilling for a while, right? I think when she got this peach, now it's not. No, just being honest.
You heard her say the peach has gone to her head.
I think the peach now it's like, oh, who gives a damn about the old game? The kids. Let me
Perry,
go out there and be the freak I am.
Perry.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, she's attacking everybody. Don't look for compassion when you cursing every trick out at the table.
Oh, Perry.
Just saying.
Eva kind of said that on Watch What Happened Live last night, kind of too. That she was disappointed in Marlo because this was her chance to come on and actually tell her story, and she's doing it by fighting people on the cast.
Yeah.
Look, if people won't let stuff up. Where was Marlo's compassion for Kenya all these years? You want us to feel bad for Marlo, but she has no heart, no anybody. She's evil. Evil? Yeah.
It's
to answer questions to come up. What do you want to say on the R. Kelly thing and the Sherri Shepherd?
I'm not really mad about the Sherri Shepherd situation. I'm gonna watch it.
The only one.
I know. I'm not even mad about it. I've been just being honest. I've liked Sherri Shepherd for a very long time, so I don't have an issue with it. Wendy had to go one day. It's sad the way that she had to go.
But are they doing it the right way? Why don't they start their own Sherri Shepherd?
Well, I mean, Wendy didn't leave the right way. So, I mean, they can't do it the right way. Wendy took that opportunity away by all the, her drug problems and the drinking problems, allegedly. So there was no real right way for them to take Wendy off of air and replace her.
You're my friend. You're my friend. Prepare for the backlash when I start bringing it. Get ready. You my friend. I don't want you thrown on the bus, but you about to get it.
but listen, so them there. Listen, be two wrongs don't make a right, right? And you're the professional. You're the production company. You're the management company. The woman was sick, and you know that she's sick. You know that she's not well. Right. So it doesn't matter to me if I'm the production company. It doesn't matter which way she went out. She was sick. She wasn't well. But if I want to usher in my new talent the correct way, I don't do it off of the back of my old talent and piss off her fans. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm going to do is I would have never announced Sherri's going to be taken over or going to get in that slot until the Wendy Williams show was closed down, shut down, and was over. And then y'all would have started seeing commercials. Sherri Shepherd next season, 10 a.m., blah, blah, blah. Exactly. And I wouldn't have shut down the Wendy Williams website. I would have acted like I was doing all well. I would have passed it on and here, Wendy, you won it or whatever. Because if y'all believe in Sherri and y'all think she can stand on her own 2 feet, let her stand on her own 2 feet and not ride off of the back of Wendy Williams.
Back up. That's my boy. You're not gonna jump on So-Dub.
The thing is, y'all talking about this like these are friends. This is a company. They have a business to run. And yes, all of us, we love Wendy Williams. I love Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams is one of the reasons why I even got into radio. But this is a business at the end of the day. And because Wendy was sick, this was not her first time. And because she was sick, they were bringing in multiple people. And we knew that they were vetting for the new talent. It was obvious. So, like I said, I mean, if Wendy had kept it together or pulled it together until the end of that season, yes, she could have gotten the right way. They could have taken her out the right way. But because she did it, I mean, they did what they had to do. It's a business.
Right. I get that, right. But it's a business, right? So even at a business, you get to look at the negatives and the positive, right?
Right.
So we had Wendy show on for like 12 or 13 years, right?
Right.
Leave her shit alone.
Hello.
Now, like you said, so
I got your back, Deb. I got your back.
Like you said,
but Perry, it's not her shit. That's the thing. Because she didn't own any of it.
No. Wendy Williams show was her shit. Okay.
No, she didn't own any of that.
She did. She had a percentage. She had a percentage.
If she owned it, they would be. Then that YouTube channel would still be up. She did not own it.
No. I'm not saying she owned it. I'm saying that that social media was about Wendy Williams. It wasn't about Sherri.
Right.
Or neither one of us, right? It was about Wendy, right? What I'm saying is a business, when you go into it, you can get emotional and just be distracted. But I'm just saying they could have kept that shit up, let Sherri sell herself, right? Okay, because like if you believe in her, why wouldn't other people believe in her, right?
Perry.
Shit out there,
Hold on. So Deb, I gotta introduce you to Sebastian. He's my friend. Go like Go ahead, Sebastian.
The reason why they can't let Sherri do something by herself is because they know she can't survive and create a show on her own. They know that she can't bring anything to the table. So they have to use Wendy Williams like she's a heifer and ride on her back. That's what they gotta do.
I'm not disagreeing on any of that.
Listen, I really was gonna give Sherri Shepherd a chance. I said it in your last couple of videos.
Did you lie to me?
No, I really was gonna give her a chance. I really was. And Diva said, "Okay, Sebastian, I probably will see you at the Sherri Shepherd show." I said I would probably give Sherri a chance, but now I'm gonna give her a chance when she gets her own Instagram, her own YouTube channel. That's when I'll give her a chance.
Sebastian, something's really wrong with you. You have to accept the change, okay?
Listen, I'm fine. Yes, Wendy, it always comes a day where you have to step out. She did it for 13 years. That is great. But there's a day where you have to step out.
Yeah.
But the person who's stepping in has to actually step in and not just ride on the back of another person to get a career of their own.
So Deb, I'll go back to that. What are your thoughts on R. Kelly? Are the parents to blame? This is ridiculous.
So this is what I wanted to really talk about. So to me, Sharrell, these people that took their children there, they knew better. to take them kids there, period. It was already known that R. Kelly was a problem. There's no way possible that these people took their kids to R. Kelly and left them with him by themselves and thought that this was not a possibility of anything happening.
You're telling me that these parents intentionally took their children and to become R. Kelly's prey?
That's exactly what he's telling you.
That's what I'm telling you, bro. Because I mean, that's just like telling your kid. That's just like taking your kid and putting them in front of a stove and telling and letting them play in the fire and hoping that.
On Surviving R. Kelly, why were some of the parents bending over backwards to find their children?
Why haven't they been doing that? Right. They just started that because they were on TV, Sharrell. Some people weren't looking for those kids. They knew exactly what they were the entire time because that man was paying them off. Think about going all the way back to Aaliyah. R. Kelly paid Aaliyah's mother $100 to not say nothing about that marriage license. $100. This man has been buying these parents for years, and then that girl, the girls that's here now, those parents, the parents said on the television and told you that they took their kid to R. Kelly, but we already knew. We watched them be on a little girl, like we already knew.
Oh no!
And then Sharrell, also you got to remember this, right? Like as this story unfolds, these people do stuff for the money.
Yeah,
Harry,
they didn't get paid enough, right? And then
did you
now
see the hurt in the parents' eyes?
No. Sharrell. Now they know
that was because the check got declined.
They notice now everybody's starting to look at the parents, and now they trying to goddamn save face and come out. Oh, I'm looking for my daughter. I've been for 5 years. Come on now.
Y'all need to stop. Y'all are terrible. Bungie,
You tell me you've been looking for 5 years, and this guy ain't put on a damn concert, and you ain't went there and looking for your damn daughter and traced him back. Come on now. It's just
Bungie,
too much
please.
to me.
What do you got to say, Bungie?
You know what, Sharrell? I love you because you have compassion. You love people, and you give people benefit of the doubt.
Under the bus.
However, these parents are not so young that they cannot use Google.
Exactly.
Before they took their children to this man's concert.
From the documentary, all of these enablers around R. Kelly lying to people to get these girls.
No. R. Kelly, I cannot trust him as far as I can throw him.
Right.
But we all knew about the PP tape.
Yeah.
And remember, Wendy used to talk all the time. She was driven around in a limo to be shown that tape of him abusing that child.
Yeah.
And the parents are old enough and young enough to have read about what happened to Aaliyah and how her parents were complicit in what he did to her. So I have a daughter. She's an adult now. I cannot imagine. I don't care if it's the biggest star of the day, me taking her to a concert, negotiating to get her backstage, so some adult male, it doesn't matter how big of a star you are, can do anything to my daughter, even spend time with my daughter when she's underage. Yep. That is just not in the realm of what parenting, normal
so
parenting
if the parents is at fault here, do you think they should be held accountable?
Yes.
What do you think should happen to them, Sebastian?
They need to be sitting right next to R. Kelly.
They need to be
my God.
They need to be with Ghislaine. They need to be with Ghislaine. That's what
my God. Yes. Okay, enough. Y'all, listen.
Yes.
You want the parents to go to jail, Deb?
Yes, they need to be locked up. They are a menace to society because they took their kids to that man and let this happen to them.
Are showing any pain, or
they should have a lot of pain because look at what they did to their daughters.
Exactly, and they should lose their rights. They should lose their right to vote and the right to.
They should lose their right to vote.
Yes.
Well, Sharrell, this is what I think, though, right? I think I get where you're coming from, but I think all this compassion you got is only going to one side, right? Because to be honest with you, when you said, well, R. Kelly did this, he had all these enablers, right? These girls wouldn't be in the same situation if they didn't have enablers.
Right.
Their damn parents.
I feel
that's my opinion. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the room. But I'm just saying from the whole story, what we
I
get.
feel that these parents did not know how deep this was going to go. They put their daughters into bad situations. I think that the girls are brainwashed. Well, what's her name? Joycelyn is definitely brainwashed. And at this point, what do you do when she's brainwashed?
Well,
She's
sure,
gonna
they
marry this man.
she wouldn't be brainwashed if her parents didn't drop them off to the man who's brainwashing them.
Yeah, and Sherrell, another thing, right? I mean, I get what you're saying. You're saying, oh, but I don't think these parents dropped them off for this. When a person rob a bank, they ain't thinking about getting caught.
No.
They're thinking about getting the loot, right?
Right.
Then bad shit happened, right? I think the parents dropped their, just my parent, my opinion, either to make a lot of money at the time or to make their child famous. So at the end of the day, they would make money. They use their kid as a pawn.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
If anything, the parents should look in the mirror, Sharrell. And while I'm talking about looking in the mirror, I have a comment on Marlo.
Okay, go ahead.
We all, in some way or another, have had traumatic experiences in our lives.
That's true.
Being Black in America is a pre-existing condition.
Right.
So when certain things happen to us, it's our responsibility, as Diva said, is to go to therapy and seek help. Now, here's where I have a problem with what Marlo did. Marlo brought those innocent boys in front of Bravo cameras because Marlo wanted a peach.
Yeah.
For Marlo to have packed those kids' clothes in garbage bags and tell them to get the F out, that is re-traumatizing those young boys.
Yeah.
And then for her to have the nerve of saying on camera, well, I sent them to my sister who has 4 toddlers. She's already managing, so I guess I can get 30 days of rest. No, as a parent, none of us get a right to say we want a break.
Yeah.
I
get it.
as a
But do you see the cycle of family trauma,
abuse?
Yes. Well, I don't want to say the word because my video gets dismonetized. But how it gets handed down, and Marlo's family's caught up in the cycle. I think that Marlo didn't know no better.
No, hold on,
but you have a choice, Sharrell. You can repeat the cycle or you can break the cycle.
Yes.
That's my point. Oprah broke the cycle.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, that's good. Yeah,
but you know, but Sharrell, Bonji hit the nail on the head, right? You brought these children in front of those cameras, and then you don't even have the decency. You're going to sit there and say, I told them, and she said it more than once, I told them to get the F out. So you're using them as a storyline. And meantime, this is their mental you're dealing with.
Exactly.
This is their life.
Exactly.
Yep.
And you're using them so you can get a paycheck and build that home that has 200 square feet of a bedroom and 900 square feet of a closet, which makes no sense absolutely whatsoever.
Bring it, Diva.
And Marlo actually had an opportunity to kind of even show something that could have been even healthy because she felt like she didn't have it in her to take care of those kids. She could have set them down, because she had them on TV and talked to them like, listen, Auntie just needs a break. Y'all can come back in 30 days. I just need a break because she's not their mother. So she may not have it in her. And then they could have had a whole moment, and other parents could have been like, you know what, maybe I'm not in the space because there's parents who are on drugs or people who are on, have alcohol problems. And some of those parents need to do the same thing, but don't tell the kids to get the F out of the house on national television.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
And so that don't even allow the cameras to come in and take footage of their laundry on the floor. Where were you when the laundry was accumulating to that point as a parent?
You should have been doing the laundry.
She probably was at a Trump Tower somewhere laid down.
I agree with you guys. You guys are right. But I still wanted people to know Marlo's background. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. The mother has to
sound
say.
off on Marlo. I want to sound off on her.
Go ahead.
Marlo is being very desperate for this peach. By now, this peach is not coming back. The peach is already rotten and spoiled. It's not coming back.
Damn.
The juice is gone. You're one season. You know who's gonna come back? You know who's gonna come back? Eva Marcel is gonna come back because she's not pregnant anymore. She's always pregnant, but this time she's not pregnant. She's not gonna be pregnant.
She was always pregnant. He's right about that.
She's gonna come back and take Marlo's speech back. Marlo had the chance to make herself known well on the show, but instead she wanted to be messy and wanted to be very low.
Damn.
And this is her karma. This is different. Everyone is saying how Kenya was mean. Kenya was never like Marlo. Okay.
Damn. All right, listen, I got a long line. Now that you're done dragging everybody, Sebastian, I'm gonna go ahead and drop. I love you though, Sebastian. You are a mess. Thank you, Bonji, for all the super chats. I really appreciate it, and sending in all the tips that you do. And Sebastian,
can I say one thing, Sharrell?
Yeah.
Who would have thought that this time in the season, Drew's peach would be looking more likely to return than Marlo's peach?
Exactly.
Y'all don't want Marlo to return at all?
No, she needs to get her life together.
Go get your life together. Y'all are messy. Look, I gotta bring up some more calls. Thank you guys for calling in. I appreciate the call.
Okay. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you too.
Bye.
She said, "Go get your life together." I cannot.
What's up, Sin?
Hey, Sin.
Hey,
Kia.
y'all.
Hey.
How are you guys? Okay,
Hi, you
let's sound
guys,
out.
if you can hear me. So
I can hear you. Go ahead, Candace. What did you want to sound off on?
I want to talk about Marlo real quick because, you know, she never had kids. She was always an auntie.
Exactly.
I understand her. I understand her. And if you've ever raised kids, especially teenagers, you never kicked them out your house.
I love you, Candace. These people have been jumping on me from day one, talking about Marlo need to go somewhere. Do you understand Do you understand the curse of generational problems getting handed down for generations until somebody's strong enough to break it? It's really hard to teach yourself something you don't know. Do you agree with me? Candace?
Absolutely, especially when it comes to parenting. And even as a foster parent, I hope you can hear me as I'm driving, but even foster parents get respite time. Foster parents get respite time to say, okay, because parenting is not easy, and especially if it's not yours. I think she had all good intentions. Can y'all hear me? I'm sorry.
I can hear you good. I can hear you good. But it's very faint.
I think. Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry because I'm driving, but I had to get on. I had to get on because I just think it's not being as realistic as she sent them to her sister, and she said for 30 days. But she said that for that day. Her whole heart might change just by getting a week break. Imagine being somebody who's been single all her life, having to take on kids who are she understands their trauma. She having to deal with her family. She had all good intentions on doing everything she could for these kids. And then they're typical teenagers. They become entitled. They do things the way they want to do. She's steadily trying to cater to them and trying to give to them. And they're steadily being, rebellious and hiding stuff.
Okay, wait, Candace, I'm going to stop you because you can't see. You're driving. The panel's face is going crazy. Okay, they're going to tear you up. I got to let them at you, okay? Let's start with Diva. Go on, Diva.
First of all, yeah, parenting is parenting, right? But no, I ain't never kicked my kid out for no 30 days and say, see you later. You got to deal with the problems, and you're the parent. And the worst I saw, they had clothes on the floor. Yo, they're teenage boys. Their room is going to be a hot mess.
She's never parented before.
No, I don't care what you never had before. She know dirty and clean. Pick up the clothes.
Let me say this though, like parenting is not easy.
I think it's more than clothes.
And just like she said, Marlo was never a parent before. No parent was a parent before until they had a kid, right? And when that kid come along, you cannot take a 30-day break, okay? Now
she made a mistake, but she made a mistake because she didn't know any better.
Sharrell,
yeah, but at the expense of the kids, Sharrell.
You know what, Sharrell? You can say she didn't know no better, right? But a person know how to adapt to a lot of things. And you said yourself, she had a terrible childhood, right?
Yeah.
Is she where she was when she was 9? No, she adapted, right? She had to adapt to other things too. So people can say, well, raising kids ain't easy. Well, hell, I mean, having sex with an 85-year-old that's got erectile problems.
I can't. Okay, we're done, Perry. We are done.
And if it was, I mean, the thing is, if it was bothering her that bad, Sharrell, then whoever was cleaning up her room could have cleaned them kids' room. It wasn't that serious.
It wasn't.
Right.
All right.
I think
Because we know she's not cleaning up her whole house.
You're having sound problems. Was there anything else you wanted to sound off on?
No, that was primarily. I think it's more than cleaning, and people. They burst for a moment. Hopefully, she'll go get them, and they'll do a kumbaya, and they'll have a conversation, and then they can see that people do break.
Well, thank you for coming into the Lion's Den.
Thanks for
Will you
calling
come
in.
back?
I will.
Okay.
Next thing you know, Sherrell, she's gonna need a 90-day break. She's gonna need a 90-day break. Get out of here.
Sid, sound off. What is Sid, what
Baby,
did you
you
want
a
to sound
mess.
off on?
Okay, I want to sound off on R. Kelly. Now, I'm a moderator on 2 channels that, go through all the court documents and everything.
Okay.
Now, Joycelyn Savage parents didn't give R. Kelly her. She met R. Kelly. R. Kelly assistant was looking for clothes, and Joycelyn's mom owned a boutique. So that's how they met.
So
but
you're trying
Azriel's
to say,
parents.
You're trying to say exactly what I was saying. These parents didn't intentionally hand their kid over.
Well, I ain't finished yet. I ain't got to them clarities.
Yeah, exactly. Because that damn dress they selling in the goddamn boutique is less than what they can get from their daughter.
Now, Jocelyn's mom went with her because she told R. Kelly she had a singing career. But next thing they know is Jocelyn was in college, and R. Kelly started calling her and texting her. They didn't know where she was. She had went to some state he was doing doing a concert at, and he raped her.
Oh,
I mean, he
You can't
R'd
say
her.
that. You can't say that. You can't say that.
I said R her.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's how she got stuck. Well,
so you're saying she's truly a victim, and she's truly experienced Stockholm, whatever it's called, where she fell in love with her captor.
Yeah, that's right. But with Azriel, okay, it came out.
Hold on. Deb, did you want to apologize to me?
Well, you have to go back and watch that documentary, because on the documentary, the parents said that they took her to the concert.
They sure did.
Yeah,
that's what they said on the documentary.
They said it, they damn self.
Yes, it come out of their mouth.
But wait a minute, you're talking about you're talking about Jocelyn. I'm talking about Azriel.
Right.
Azriel's parents did take her to the concert. They took her to a jazz fest. And how it came across that he met she was 17 years old, and he put all those people, all the kids and stuff up on stage, but then he had one of his enabler guys to hand her a note with his phone number on it. Well, her mother got it. And in the court documents, it stated everything that her mother told her. Dress up for R. Kelly, do this, do this. We're going to have a son-in-law for rich this and rich that. And when the courts asked exactly, is that how it went, that your parents didn't know where you were? And she said, no, that's not true. They knew exactly where I were.
So they handed him over.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Pia, sound off really quickly.
And wait a minute. Of all parents, this one here should go to jail too. He got mad at R. Kelly because the father of Az wanted to have a business. And he said, well, yes, he's an ex-convict. He wanted a business, and he said, well, okay, if you invest in my business, get my business started, and you can have her.
It all back. I gotta take it all back.
Please do, Sharrell.
I am very serious. I'm telling you, I read the court documents all the time. I mean, I read them. I've seen them in the latest. I'll have to send it to you, Sharrell. But it is shown that Azriel's father is the one that tried to tell R. Kelly, you can have her, but if you give me some money to invest in a business that he wanted to invest in.
I apologize, Deb. Are you serious? Oh my God. Pia, sound off really quickly.
Well, as far as the R. Kelly thing is concerned, I watched the documentary on surviving R. Kelly, and I know I'm probably going to get reamed for saying this. Majority of those girls were not victims. I'm sorry. Majority of them were not. The parents knew what they were doing, and the only reason why the parents were whining and crying is because the money dried up. Okay, because a lot of the girls that were on there, when they were doing the interview, they were talking as if they were special, they admired him, and this, and that. And really, yeah, the parents should be held accountable because what parent, it's fine if you want to take your kid to a concert, whatever, but then you're going to go overboard and be like, oh, this is my daughter, you can have her, and just give us a monthly stipend and we'll be fine with it.
So Nina.
Yeah, because her mom
is this
even said
marriage
it in the documentary. I mean, in the court document.
So Nina, is this marriage going to take
Mom
place?
told her. Her mom
I ain't talking.
was texting.
I ain't talking.
Huh?
Wait a minute.
We got two people talking.
I thought she called my name out.
I did. Go ahead, Nina.
Yeah,
okay,
no.
I ain't talking about R. Kelly because you had a guest to come on there a while back and try to chew me out because I still listen to his music and I'ma still listen.
Oh,
to
that's
his
right.
music.
I forgot about
you
that.
Remember that? So guess what? I'ma lay low on R. Kelly. Who I'm going to get on is Wendy Williams. Well, let me tell you something about Wendy Williams. That mouth got her out that purple seat. She downgraded a whole lot of women, a whole lot of people. Her 13 years on that show. I'm saying this. You better be careful because everybody get a turn.
Wendy Williams getting karma? Is this what you're saying?
This is karma for her. Her. I'm not even. I love Wendy. I watched her religiously, but please believe me, I'm a fan. But she talked too damn much. You know what I'm saying? She talked about people too much. Now, guess what? The chairs on the other side, they talking about her. Oh,
she's in Hot Topics now.
But wait a minute. But I'm not a fan of Sherri Shepherd coming on the backs of her though. I'ma say that part. Well, I'm with this. Somebody said when she get her Sebastian, when she get her own Twitter, her own everything else, maybe, but maybe not, because I don't too much like Sherri. You know what I'm saying? She don't take care of her chat. And then I want to say this thing about Marlo. Marlo, you old stinking heifer. You make it raw look terrible. You use them children as a bait. And why you ain't got no washing machine and dryer in that condo? Please, I got one here. Okay.
Exactly. She took them to the laundromat so she could teach them how to wash.
Whatever they could teach in the house.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I was taught in my home. We always had a washing machine, if not a dryer. But
you just call Marlo a heifer.
A heifer, because guess what? She keep coming for candy. I don't know why she keep coming for candy. I ain't no fan of candy either. But you gotta leave people alone. You're making this show look terrible. And we don't want Eve to come back on here. Please miss me with Eve. But listen, I'm gonna say this. Marlo, you exploited them children. I didn't want to believe it at first. But then now next episode, you got your damn mama on there and you talking about her smoking crack. Come on now, Marlo.
Damn.
If the premise of the show is to show a portion of your life the way that it is, why can't Marlo do that? Why are you calling it exploitation?
I understand because the kids didn't sign up for this. If you're gonna take care of your sister's kids, you need to take care. Now you never see a whole bunch of people's kids on reality TV, like you know what I'm saying, like Keisha Dior and what's her name. They'll never show her other children or his other children. They're out of the spotlight, right? To keep them safe. Candy don't even show her kids that much. You got to allow them boys. Boys gonna be boys. I raised one. I know. He's 30 now. But when I say he gave me hell, he gave me hell. But I didn't put him out for 30 days. I might have told him to go to his daddy for a week, but I didn't put him out for 30 days. Give me a break.
So putting him out for 30 days qualifies you as a heifer?
A heifer? You don't do that. They didn't already got put out from their mama. Their mama kept, you know what I'm saying, mama mentally ill. In and out of jail, mental institution.
But Marlo is not a parent, and she don't know how to parent.
She should have took it on. She should have gave it to that sister that's got them 4 boys that know how to handle it. She shouldn't have took it on. She took it on for a peach. Now your peach getting stale.
Exactly. Just like, I mean, she took him on for the peach, and she took on that damn orphanage shit as a peach. Okay? Because you can't make no hand-me-downs or no goddamn charity.
She's gone to hell.
Right.
They got to have Air Jordan +1s, the new one. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. It's
And
too much
then
for
you
me.
and it's lies. I'm Candy. The lies. Marlo do not deserve another peach. You should have
You want
stayed as
Marlo
a
gone?
friend. I know she needs to go back to the friend list. Her and Sherri. Now,
Yeah,
Oh,
oh,
come
please.
on,
Thank
cause
you.
Sheree,
Thank you.
what did
I
Sheree
agree with
do?
that.
Sherri lying. She gonna still see Tyrone. She the one who calling him. You know, did you see how her daughters looked on that podcast that they was doing? And she said,
Yeah.
"Mama, have you talked to him?" She said, "Oh, are you?" She said, "No. Are you gonna stop talking to him?" She said, "Oh no, 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 heifer. You was fake crying with Fathom. I don't like Fathom. She trying to get a peach. You a hit list woman. You better go on somewhere. I don't like her. She got bad vibes.
No,
Bad
no, no,
vibes.
no, Nina, you're 100% right. Cause like this
Thank you,
show,
Perry.
I seen
Y'all,
last night. I
y'all.
said last night I
First of
seen that
all,
show. I
y'all
had to
not
say
gonna
this.
dump.
I said this.
Damn.
Look,
Right,
You know what,
how
Nina?
desperate can a person be, right?
right.
Like here you is, messy as hell. She by
Yeah.
Sheree ain't never prospered no goddamn
Ain't
where,
going
right?
to.
Okay, let's keep the shit real, right? Now you sitting there, and now your ass don't got lonely. You in a drought, right? You
Oh
bring the
God,
women
I
over
can't.
with some coochie sense,
Perry.
right? You get your freak on, right? You get your freak on, right? You get your damn freak on,
Right,
right? And then
right.
look, I'm thinking to myself, they got new people in there doing stuff they wish
Yeah.
they can do. I'm thinking from the best advice I got for Sheree, you better call Tyrone.
Yep.
She
Yep.
did. He
Yes,
didn't
he
pick
did.
up.
Call him.
He didn't pick up. But let
Yeah.
me say this. Nina, I love you and I was with you, right? I was vibing with you. But then when you said you're gonna take Sheree Peach, hold on now. Sheree is coming out. The fashion show is upcoming, and it looks like everything. Did you see them chairs? Did you see the venue? She is about to come out. And listen, she was hurt over Tyrone. Those were real tears. She felt
No,
embarrassed. She felt
no,
trying to get up.
No, Diva. Not yesterday. That's why she went into her other room to make it seem like she was crying. The helper wasn't crying. That was make believe. And
She was hurt.
Listen at this, Diva.
So Debonair, was Sheree not hurt?
I don't know if Sheree was hurt, and I don't think, and also even with this fashion show that she got coming up, she don't even have all the pieces according to the preview. So we don't even know if that's happening.
Come on, Debonair. And then guess what? Sheree, how you paying your bills since you want to worry about everybody else in that business? How you paying your bills, Sheree?
She got everybody living with her from her mama on down to her working daughter.
Well, she might be in Diana's book. I don't know.
Oh, okay. That is enough, Nina.
When you get
Was it
desperate,
Sheree
you
hurt?
get desperate. No,
Was Sheree hurt?
Yes.
Diva, just because you got chairs in a room, that don't mean nothing. That could just be, her, having, she could just be having a movie night at her house of, what happened.
Sherelle? When she by Sheree fashion show, I want all of y'all to come back here. I want all of y'all to come back here.
We're gonna have
that
on
she
the
by
fans
Sheree
and
is
not
going
the
to go
top.
down.
I mean, she had a fashion show already before, just to have no fashion. So I mean, this was happening this time.
And I'm sorry, but
it was just a show.
And I have no respect. And I have no respect for Sheree. You 60 years old, listening to jail talk. Okay.
Exactly.
Not to mention that ain't even a real house. It's a set house. I haven't seen the outside of that house. I haven't seen the backyard. All I've seen is the front. That is a house that they shoot on a back lot.
That is not a house that you sit on the back lot.
That's Sheree now. That's Chateau Sheree.
No, remember
And Sheree can have a really good. Sheree could have a really good storyline because we still don't know what she does for work. So like that, I would love to see that. Like, how did you maintain?
When you see them, when them cameras is on, it's called work.
She just came back, Sherelle.
That's right. She don't get her check when she go to the reunion. So
she's driving around here in Austin, whatever that thing is called, knowing that she knowing she ain't got no money. I'm sure it did.
Sherelle. Is anybody in the chat like Sheree? What are we doing here?
No, we don't like
I'm Team Sheree. One for Sheree. Can we get
don't
on
like
Sherrell?
Sherrell.
If you like
The
Sherrell,
only
Well, you
thing,
know what happened? Perry called Sodeb and Nina before the show. She said, "We gonna get him. We gonna get
Hey
him."
Perry, did you get Sherrell that message? Did you get Sherrell that message, Perry?
I got you. I got it.
Okay,
I got
well,
it.
listen,
I did.
okay, well,
Yeah.
let me say this, and y'all can drop me. Listen, and another thing about Marlo, I ain't never really liked Kenya, but I'm gonna say this: you need to leave Kenya alone. Why you keep coming for the juggler with her? When it comes to her marriage, when it comes to her mama, when it comes to her period, leave her alone because she's really trying to. I think she really trying to turn to the good side, Kenya, because she even came out publicly and said that she was wrong for the way she did Tootie. What's her name? You know,
Kim
Tootie.
Fields.
Yeah, Kim.
Did you
Kim
say
Fields.
Tootie? Oh God,
You know
Nina.
who I'm talking about. You know how she drugged Tootie. You know how she drugged Kim Fields. She even came out and apologized. I said, Kenya, I might start liking you next year, but not this year. But Marlo, leave her alone. Leave her alone.
I like Kenya.
I like drunk Kenya. I like drunk
Same.
Kenya. She a lot
Drunk
of
Kenya was
fun.
fun.
Yeah, she was fun, but I gotta go, y'all. I love y'all, and I see you
All right, you
later.
take care.
Bye, Nina.
Bye,
All right,
Take care.
Bye, Nina.
But I want to say this about one more thing about R. Kelly. The only reason why he's saying that he's marrying that girl is because the judge is going to give him some more time and going to hold that against him because number one, he hadn't sent that girl home and told her to go be with her parents or anything. And she's living in the projects where his homeboy Keith is getting all of his residual money and is paying the bills.
Damn.
That's her
But
choice.
yeah, and then after the case, after he was found guilty, well, they come to find out that R. Kelly had like $5 million in royalties that's coming to him and several co-write checks.
I believe it.
But the government is put a freeze on every piece of money coming in through anywhere for R. Kelly. And my thing is, why wouldn't you let your royalties go to your children? You know?
Oh, that's right. Well, it is what it is. And I think it's a mess up situation. I mean, I think she's brainwashed or just stupid. And it's
Stupid.
Or both.
Yeah.
Well, her father admitted, her parents admitted that she was actually receiving a check for some type of small disability she had.
All right, I got to end it here. Thank you, Nina. I called you Nina. Cynthia. I called you Nina.
Oh Lord. Hey, Diva, we missed you Saturday night.
Don't try to get us over there. We done. Okay. Thank you, Sid.
All right, you guys take care. Okay.
All right, take care.
Thank you, Pia, for calling in. I appreciate the call.
Thanks, Pia.
Anytime.
All right, I have gone completely over. This was an interesting conversation, and don't think you read me for filth, so Deb. Okay, I have to come back next week. Just wanted y'all to know that. I wanted to thank everyone. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your call backstage. I am simply out of time. I wanted to thank everyone for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do, so I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Please don't forget to click that like button. It helps my video. And on 3, let's say bye, y'all. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.